you might expect with Donald Trump's flamboyant life, multiple marriages, he runs around, does what he wants, as I said, that evangelicals might look askance at him. Why is that not happening?
It's a great question, and Bill, I remember back in 2015 when then Mr. Trump had invited all of these evangelicals to come to New York City there at the Marriott Marquis in Times Square, and I was there in that meeting when it was basically an opportunity for some of these big religious leaders to ask some pretty pointed questions of Donald Trump. And look, it was clear that he's not a holy roller. He is certainly not a Southern Baptist. But it seemed like he was able to really hit those issues that impact a lot of evangelical voters like myself. And look, it was a matter of faith for a lot of these evangelicals to step out and cast their vote for him back in 2016. And I'll be darned, Bill, if he didn't deliver on pretty much all of the promises he made to the evangelical community, standing up for the big issues like religious liberty, like the culture war issues that you really brought to the forefront of the nation's conscience with the going back to the war on Christmas.
Okay, so Trump governed in a fairly conservative manner, socially speaking. That's true. So that's enough to override his private life?
I think so. And the reason why, and you mentioned it earlier on, I happen to be a Baptist. And like you, I'm a sinner saved by grace. And I think we've all seen that in our lives. I mean, we know the president's not perfect. But going back to the issues of governance, when you look at our founding documents, and I write about this in Twilight's Last Gleaming, our foundational freedom in this country is freedom of religion. Everything else is built on top of that freedom. And I think we've seen that freedom come under assault for many years now. And I was very happy to see the president coming into office and really helping to shore up and bringing to the table a lot of the evangelical leaders, Pastor Robert Jeffress or Tony Perkins from Family Research Council. That really said a lot to me because these men were giving President Trump good and wise and biblical counsel.
All right, but he's doing that because he knows that they're going to get him votes. I don't want to be cynical about it, but I know Pastor Jeffress very well. And, Trump went out of his way to bolster him in Dallas, and there was a reason why. But when in the next few weeks we're going to hear Stormy Daniels, you don't get much, I don't even know what word to use here, but you don't get much more dubious than Ms. Daniels. And another one is going to come in from Playboy, and they're going to describe stuff that's going to be pretty shocking to religious-based people. And how do you think the reaction is going to go down?
Well, I think a lot of evangelicals have seen a lot of that fornication on TV. And look, I think there is something to that. As far as this is an issue for some people. But I think by and large, Bill, I think the average American voters are going to dismiss all of this. They see it as nasty, ugly politics. They see it as smears. And at the end of the day, I go back to something President Trump said a couple of weeks ago. He was catching a lot of heat for promoting the God Bless the USA Bible, the special gift Bible. And I think the problem was not necessarily promoting this Bible, which had been in existence for a couple of years, but it was what he said afterwards, where he said that if we really want to make America great, we've got to get back to church, we've got to get back to praying, and we've got to get back to reading the Bible. And I thought that was really quite unique and interesting.
Come on, Todd, anybody can say that. Sure. Politicians are politicians. I'm not demeaning what he said, what Trump said, but that's easy to say. Everything is expensive these days, you know that. The government is printing trillions of dollars and consumer prices higher than ever. If the government continues its printing and spending, the dollar could continue its free fall and lose its coveted role as the world reserve currency. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But there are a few things you can do right now. American Hartford Gold can show you how to protect your money your retirement, your hard-earned savings against inflation by helping you diversify a portion of your portfolio into physical gold and silver. Start with a short phone call, and they can have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your 401k or IRA. So please call or text them right now. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you. Call 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Again, that's 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.